Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and most reliable MUT coins on the market. And don't forget to use code Ferdy at checkout for 5% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have our third update to the theme team tier list. I did want to wait until after the first Most Feared drop to make this video, and I'll probably make another one after part 2 and part 3 come out. That is the plan for the theme team tier list. And yeah, of course, if you have any questions about the teams that are already on this tier list, let me know down in the comment section, and I will be making some more theme team content probably over the next couple of days. A video that I'm pretty excited for you guys to see. In a video I haven't put a lot of time into as far as just kind of planning it and things like that. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video, and if you do find videos like this helpful, hit that like button, turn those notifications. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. And of course, our shout out of the day today goes to my man Fredzilla. Shout out to Fred, as always showing love. And shout out to him for commenting the emoji of the day on last video. And if you want a chance to be shouted out in the next one, let's comment the pumpkin emoji again. I'm liking the pumpkin emoji. Yeah, the pumpkin. Comment the pumpkin emoji. Coming in at number 10 is the Falcons theme team. And normally I don't value a theme team this much because of one player, but Kyle Pitts is one of the best cards, debatably the best card in the game. And any opportunity you get to get this man +1 speed, you should probably hop on it. And also, keep in mind, on this tier list, unlike my first two, I did factor in potential a little bit. Not as much as, the cards that they already have. Obviously, it's kind of tough to predict these things, especially this year, because EA can just go dry for the next month. Who knows? But, yeah, the Falcons team, I think has pretty decent potential. Bijan will get upgrades. Dickerson will get upgrades. Maybe like a Julio upgrade, Roddy White upgrade. They already have pretty decent receivers, and Mike Vick upgrades throughout the year. Who else could they get at quarterback? That's probably just going to be Mike Vick. Mike Vick, maybe probably not a Matt Ryan. We probably will not get a Matt Ryan this year. O-line, decent. And then DBs, obviously Deion Sanders, really nice. They have Jesse Bates. Jeff Okudah plays decent. And also AJ Terrell is pretty good too. So, a Falcons team, pretty solid right now with some pretty good potential. And they're pretty balanced as far as offense, defense. But again, the main reason why they probably made the top 10 was because of Kyle Pitts and just how good this card really is. And getting him +1 speed and +1 acceleration at 6'6", 245. Yeah, sign me up. Coming in at number 9, we have the Ravens theme team. Ravens theme team, I think this year, normally their hole is at receiver, but I think this year they're going to be okay. We have a decent option here with Devin Duvernay, but I think Odell will get upgrades no matter what. Marquise Hollywood Brown is actually playing really well this season for the Cardinals as well. So, that's those are two pretty high level upgrades right there. Potentially Steve Smith, Jacoby Jones. At running back, they also sometimes do go dry, but, I feel like we do get a Ricky Williams this year, and Raheem, no HN now, so maybe Raheem does get some more Team of the Week love, or just gets love in general. Also, he's fast, and normally he gets like a good budget card in some kind of promo, maybe, Zero Joe, something like that. But yeah, obviously you can't predict these kind of things. But I will say at receiver or at tight end, they're really good, and you can actually move some of these guys to receiver. Like Darren Waller can play receiver. Shannon Sharp, put him at receiver. Mark Andrews probably more like a tight end, but also Shannon Sharp's a little bit slow too. But Waller can definitely play receiver, especially on a theme team. Get him up to that 87 speed at 6'6". You can use him, and again, this kind of goes back to the value of Kyle Pitts, just how much better he is than a guy like Darren Waller. That's why the Falcons theme team, I had them over the Steelers. That's exactly why. But yeah, we have on defense. This is where this team really does shine. You of course have Matthew Judon, who just got an upgrade. You can use Lawrence Guy if you want to. I would probably use Lawrence Guy as defensive tackle, and then probably use Clowney and Judon off the edges. And you can use Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis does get lurk artist. The only issue with Ray Lewis is his price tag. He's still about $800K for a middle linebacker, but if you want to, you could. They have Ed Reed, Deshaun Elliott, two solid options. Kyle Hamilton upgrades will always be good, and their corners right now are already very good with Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, and Deion Sanders. So the Ravens team, I really like them. And if you're looking for, a very defensive theme team with some decent offensive potential. Also, I didn't even talk about quarterback. Quarterback, there's 3 good options. We have RG3, Lamar Jackson, and Randall Cunningham. Those 3 upgrades throughout the year are going to be really, really nice, especially if you like having a mobile quarterback. Those are 3 very mobile quarterbacks that should get upgrades throughout the year, as long as they kind of come out at the right time and things like that. But Lamar, Cunningham, and RG3, that's a pretty nasty backfield, man. And I just realized I was not cutting back to the tier list, just so you can kind of see where we're at so far. Yes, Falcons at 10 and Ravens at 9. Coming in at number 8 is a theme team that I don't think I've heard anything about, but when I saw them, I was like, damn, the Vikings theme team is really good, and they have good potential as well. We know Warren Moon's going to be in the game. You know, Randall Cunningham will probably be in the game this year. Dante Culpepper as well. So you get, you know, even Donovan McNabb. So you have a bunch of pretty solid quarterbacks that can get upgrades throughout the year. Even Kirk Cousins, you know, he kind of just got an upgrade, but you could use Kirk if you wanted to. I probably would use Warren Moon. Warren Moon's definitely their best QB. I'm at running back, Cordero Patterson. Dalvin Cook probably won't get an upgrade this year, but Adrian Peterson's the big name there. Or Cordero Patterson, one of those two. At receiver, they're actually really good. I probably would use Adam Thielen, but Randy Moss, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson will get upgrades throughout this year. I can almost guarantee you that. And then on defense, this is where this team sometimes does have some holes, and that's normally at cornerback. Normally, the Vikings teams just don't have good corners. But, you know, Pat P's a decent start. Pat P's probably the only usable corner right now, even on a theme team. You're going to have to cheat for the other two, but Paul Krause over the top, Javon Curse, who you're going to be able to get eventually, already in the game. You have pretty good edge rushers with Danielle Hunter and Jared Allen, as well as John Randall in the middle. So you got you're pretty solid everywhere but cornerback on this team with decent potential, and also the O-line, I guess, is a problem as well. I will say that for sure. The O-line is going to be an issue. But you know, they could, if they get, you know, a couple, like, O-linemen are random. You know, you can't predict the potential of an offensive line. So that's probably what's honestly keeping them away from being a little bit higher, is the O-line, believe it or not. Because I really do like this team, and also it's pretty easy to pair a team with one hole, you know, like with a team that's really strong in one spot. So, you know, Vikings team pretty well rounded, and their main hole is at DB cornerback. So just find a team with a good DB cornerback, pair them together. And that's a pretty dynamic squad right there. So it's very easy to kind of build with this Vikings team. So I feel like the receivers are going to be set throughout the whole year. They always get good receivers. You know, they're super due for a running back. Good quarterbacks throughout the year. And they already have Paul Krause, who we know will get upgrades throughout this year. And we already know Javon Curse is in the game. Probably will get a Harrison Smith upgrade at some point. And always good edge rushers too. Yeah, Vikings team is always really good. They're always really solid. So yeah, Vikings going to put them up here at A tier, right in front of the Ravens. At number 7, we have the Raiders theme team. And this right here is an example of a team where their potential is just really good. Like, this team right now might not be as good as, maybe they're probably pretty equal with the Falcons, honestly. They're probably not, though. You know, they're probably pretty equal to the Falcons. But I would definitely say that right now, both Baltimore and Vikings teams are better than the Raiders team right now. I'm saying that right now. But their potential is so high for this Raiders team, man. Raiders team is always going to be good. Always. EA will always find a way to show them love. And there is one card that isn't in the game right now that you're going to be able to get for free next week by watching the EA MCS stream, and that's Isaiah Palomau, who will be the best user in the game when he comes out, and he'll be going around this Raiders team. Only does get Raiders chems as well. So, you know, Raiders, Isaiah Palomau is going to be a demon. He's going to be an absolute demon. Now, I'm going to be able to actually find them real quick for you guys. Yeah, here's Isaiah Palomau. There you go. Yeah. Where's that speed at? 89 speed at 6'4", 211. So, yeah, Raiders team. And they even they're pretty good right now. Khalil Mack has an upgrade. You know, Warren Sapp in the middle. Charles Woodson. Marcus Peters' card's actually pretty solid. 88 speed. You know, that's pretty good for a cornerback right now. Trayvon Moehrig, he's decent. 87 speed's pretty good too. So, you know, yes, they have some holes, but to me, their potential is just so crazy. You already have Bo Jackson and Marshawn Lynch. Pick and choose whoever you want, if you want to use Jukebox or not. Quarterback probably is going to be Culpepper, maybe like a Derek Carr upgrade. Rich Gannon could get cards too. I'm trying to think of, you know, some more names here, but probably Culpepper is their best bet. No, maybe Rich Gannon too. It could be Rich Gannon as well. But obviously having Randy Moss, potentially once you fully upgrade and grind through the field pass, Randy Moss is going to be a demon. And even Randy Moss at like level 30 is still, like, if you can get him sooner than later, like, he's still really good, especially with that +1 speed. And also Jerry Rice, you know, even Devontae Adams upgrade, Amari Cooper upgrades. Like, they are always super solid. And probably a bunch of guys that I don't even know exist will probably just get cards. I mean, Fred Belindikov, what's the other guy's name? Brown, Tim Brown, you know, guys like just you know, they just get cards. Ted Hendricks, they just get shown love. And even like Rod Woodson, like, they just get cards. So Raiders theme team right now, if you want to, you know, run a Raiders team with one of the more top tier theme teams, or maybe even running, you know, Raiders with, if you want to go, you know, a team like the Ravens that are good right now, you can do that because, you know, they have good cards right now, the Raiders, but their potential is top 2, top 3 in this game right now. The Raiders theme team is always amazing every single year. So with that being said, Raiders theme team, Still an A tier, top of A tier, in front of the Vikings and the Ravens. Okay, so let's begin to talk about the problem with theme teams right now in Madden 24. And to me, the problem is that it's just very top heavy. This game is very top heavy. I cannot remember the last time I made a theme team tier list with this many S tier theme teams. But yes, coming in at number 5 or 6. This is number 6, I believe. Yeah, this is number 6. We have the Eagles theme team. Eagles theme team at number 6, and they are an S tier theme team. They simply are. You have AJB, you have Devonta Smith, DeAndre Swift, you have Michael Vick, Brian Finneran, Dallas Goedert, and then on defense, you have Avonte Maddox, who's the fastest DB in the game right now. Putting him on a theme team, there's obviously value there. And this is an example of a team that's really, really strong in one spot. So you have a team, I don't know, who's very weak at wide receiver. You would pair them, or just really weak on offense. You pair them with the Eagles. The Eagles theme team on offense is just so crazy, man. And I don't know if they slowed down really. I don't know. They just been getting so much love. And if they get any love shown on defense with like a Darius Slay upgrade, Brian Dawkins upgrade, maybe like a Reggie White upgrade. I mean, there's still upgrades that they can get, and I'm probably missing names as well. LaShawn McCoy, like there's a lot of cards that are still going to get upgrades throughout this year for this Eagles team. And not only do they have good potential, but they have an elite offensive squad right now. Just elite. If they had a little bit of a better defense, they would probably be top 3. But the defense to me is just a little bit too weak to put them, any higher than where they are right now, because their offense is so good, and that's why they're S tier. So, like I said, if you're looking to build a 25-25, Eagles, one of the best offenses in the game right now. And again, the game's pretty top heavy right now. You see what I mean? Like there's a lot of B to C tier teams because I don't know, I feel like this team just needs a 32 team promo. That's like Team Diamonds. That would be like team standouts from Madden 21. Maybe even stocking stuffers from Madden 22. Like we need a 32 team promo to help out a lot of these team teams that don't get shown love in big promos. As simple as that. That's what we need right now to kind of spread out and almost kind of balance it more, because I can't remember the last time I've done a theme team tier list with this many S tier theme teams. I really can't. And next up, we have the Cowboys theme team. And the Cowboys theme team, to me, it always feels like they have good potential, but they very rarely have been able to put it all together. I remember Madden 22, I built a Dallas Cowboys theme team. They were good for like 2 weeks, like elite during this time of the year. Towards the end, sure, they get shown a lot of love, Ultimate Legends and things like that, but I'm not worried about Ultimate Legend potential right now. I'm worried about, Most Feared, Harvest, Blitz maybe. That's as far as I'll go. Maybe we can talk about Zero Chill a little bit. But that's what I'm worried about right now. So this could be the year for Dallas where they put it together. Obviously, a lot of good potential with CeeDee Lamb. Amari Cooper will probably get upgrades. He always finds a way to. Dez Bryant, Mike Irvin, out of position, Deion Sanders. Like they always find a way to get good receiver upgrades. Running back, it's normally like Emmitt Smith. Could we maybe get, I don't know, like DeMarco Murray again, Tony Pollard upgrades. I don't know. It's possible. It definitely is. Quarterback, Randall Cunningham for them there as well. Dak Prescott, could he get upgrades? Troy Aikman. Just trying to name some names here. Offensive linemen, they're actually normally pretty solid. This is probably the worst I've seen a Dallas offensive line, to be honest with you. And then at tight end, I think we didn't get Witten last year, but Witten would probably be one of the only guys. Maybe if we get a little sneaky backdoor Dalton Schultz, 87 overall or something like that. But that is the Dallas offense. And then obviously on defense, at cornerback, like if you have a all I'm gonna say is if you got a Dallas theme team with the Eagles right now, they're playing off each other perfect. Like the the Cowboys offense is a little bit weak, but then you pair them with the Eagles who have a really good offense, and you have the Cowboys that's a really good defense. I will be talking about this team. I'll be talking about that team build for probably my next video or whenever I make that video. But Malik Hooker's a demon. You got Javon Curse. Both these cards amazing. 2 good edge rushers. One good guy in the middle. Then you could just use a cheat there, or do whatever you want to do there. And then at cornerback, you have Gilmore, Dion, and Deron Bland. 3 good cornerbacks for your theme team. So Dallas, good edge rushers, good DBs, and even pretty decent potential at DB as well. It's decent. It's not the best. They probably have much better potential as far as the linemen go, but they have decent DB potential. It's okay. So Cowboys theme team, yeah, they're easily S tier, man. And hopefully this can be the year where Dallas puts it together. I feel like maybe it could be because they really haven't got that much love or any love really on offense. So there's a chance that a couple offensive upgrades already with a very good defense, they could definitely be special. And next up we have the Patriots theme team, and I feel like I did this in the last video too, where for some reason I see the Patriots theme team, and I've had this theme team in the past, and I just think they're better than they are. But then I woke up this morning and I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the team that I just looked at, and both Dallas and the Eagles have a better team than this. Both of them do. I will say it might be the potential of this team that I really like, because they normally get very hot on defense. I mean, they're pretty good on defense now. They're solid. I would say they're still S tier because they have names. And I think if you can get Randy Moss on a team, that's really nice too. But keep in mind, I'm looking at Randy Moss like he is now, but people probably won't have this card for a while, and who knows what the rest of the wide receiver landscape's even going to look like at that point. Like who even knows? So yeah, Patriots theme team. I may have put them a little too high. I might actually move them down to S tier or A tier. I think I'm going to do that. I'll put them at high A tier. And honestly, they're pretty interchangeable with the Raiders. I feel like the Raiders have better potential, and honestly, their teams are pretty similar. Yeah, they're pretty similar. I might go Raiders over Patriots. Yeah, yep. Okay, yeah, I'm moving the Patriots down. I'm gonna fix my mistakes and just move every other team up that I already talked about. But yeah, they got good potential. I feel like I kind of just trashed the Patriots team. They're still good. They're just not as good as I thought they initially were. And next up, we have the Chiefs theme team, and I definitely didn't overestimate this theme team. They got Joe Montana, they got Warren Moon. Mahomes will get upgrades this year. Matt receiver, I mean, they've been getting fed. The only problem with this team and why I have two teams over them is because of their potential. They could just slow down. They definitely could just go dry. But I also like this team because of their offensive line. And what having a good offensive line does for a theme team is it allows you to have cheats elsewhere, because there's always going to be, the whole debate like God Squad or theme team. That's always going to be a debate in Madden. But what having a good offensive line does is it allows you to have more cheats at the skill positions and use the top tier cards, because your theme team's not always going to get shown love and get lucky throughout the whole year. So there's going to be times where you're going to have to use some of the top tier receivers or corners or users or safeties. That's going to happen. But the Chiefs theme team, Chris Jones in the middle, they got a Jared Allen upgrade yesterday. You have Marcus Peters, Kendall Fuller, two solid upgrades there on a theme team. Eric Berry, everyone does get him. So their safeties are pretty weak, but their receiver potential is really nice. I even like their running back potential too. I think Pacheco will get a good card this year. But even their quarterbacks are going to be crazy. Tight ends, you have Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez. But the O-line really nice, solid receivers. They're a pretty well-rounded theme team. I wouldn't say they're like the Eagles or the Cowboys or they're super standout in one spot, but just a solid team to go out there and build. So I do like them a lot. And I got to go over to this screen and go ahead and put the Chiefs up there at S tier. And next up, we have the Niners theme team. This theme team right now is just so good, man. They're so good. Like, their potential is just insane. Their team's insane. You are going to see the holes on the offensive line, though. Like I said, I was just talking about offensive line and how good they are. This right here is 3 cheats across the board. You need cheats in every single one of these positions right here. You just can't run these guys. You cannot be using golds right now. But they're tight ends. You have, Vernon Davis, George Kittle. You have Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. I would probably actually play like Vernon Davis in the slot spot. Probably is what I would do. You have CMC at running back. Joe Montana's there. Even the Brock Purdy card, I would use Joe Montana, though. Kyle Juszczyk will get upgrades throughout the year, which doesn't really matter unless you want it to matter. And then you have Deion Sanders, Richard Sherman, and just random names. Not random names, but you obviously have the names that are, top tier, high level, like Rod Woodson. You can get, not Rod Woodson. Rod Woodson. Kevin Green was the guy I was thinking of. Patrick Willis. They just, Charles Haley. They just find ways. And even guys I've never heard of will just get upgrades that'll just be nasty. You know what I mean? That's just how the Niners team works. So the Niners team, they're solid right now. I like their offensive like a lot. And being able to get Randy Moss and like potential Jerry Rice upgrades and things like that, I really like. Maybe T.O. comes back. Like things like that could happen for the Niners team. Like the Niners sell packs for EA, so they will always give them upgrades. Even, Talanoa is pretty solid. So the Niners team, pretty solid right now. Pretty solid. I won't lie. Maybe Dallas and the Eagles have them, but as far as guaranteed potential, it's tough to beat what the Niners are. It's very tough to beat. So Niners team, a team you can definitely switch to right now and feel confident that you're making the right decision, because, you'll see once you switch to the Niners team, life is sweet, man. Life is sweet as a Niners team. Much sweeter than having like a Chargers team or a Bears team or a team like that. You know what I mean? Or a Saints team. I mean, I don't know if they've ever. I mean, they were good for like, I think maybe last year for a little bit. The Saints team was solid, but like, dude, I can't remember a time they've been like, oh my god, the Saints team's going crazy. You know what I mean? I've thought that a lot about the Niners though. And yeah, still the best theme team in this game. I hate to say it. I think they've been number one in all 3 of these videos to start the year, and that is the Seattle Seahawks theme team. They're still number one, man. They're still really good. And even though, I mean, I guess every theme team had a slow September, but, they've come out the gate here in October just cooking. Jimmy Graham, obviously, he's big bodies, 84 speed Jimmy Graham, sure. Like, that's their biggest hole on offense besides Abraham Lucas. Charles Cross is the fastest offensive lineman in the game right now, so you give him a +1 speed boost there. And you get DK Metcalf, who's the best wide receiver in the game, either him or Kyle Pitts, you know, depending how you want to use him or whatever. But yeah, DK Metcalf, it's just an insane card. You have Jerry Rice, you have Devin Hester, and then they even go out there and they fill their biggest hole, which was running back, with Marshawn Lynch. You still have Warren Moon, you have Franco Harris, and then at DB you have Trey Brown, Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor still, and then John Randall gets an upgrade too. I mean, this team, bro, is just insane. And they're so good right now, and their potential is still so ridiculous. Like, it is nasty how good the Seattle Seahawks team is, man. So, yeah, that's going to wrap up today's video. Seattle at #1. And like I said, if you have any questions about any other theme teams, drop them down in the comment section. But let me know who's too high, who's too low. And, yeah, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.